What's up guys, it's Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning into the channel, hope you're all doing very well indeed. Right, today we have got a bit of a starter kit for you. And yeah, it looks a bit familiar. This one brings back memories of 2013-14 when I first started vaping. It's from Vaper Empire, and here it is, called the V-Twist. And it's got a variable voltage dial on the bottom of it with a bit of a stock coil tank on top with a 1.8 ohm coil on it. But for me, it just brought back memories of when I used to use the old V spinner, I think it was called, and the Kanga EVOD and Pro Tank 2, really similar type design back in the day in 2013-14 when I used to first started out vaping, basically in the first couple of years or so. But anyway, let's go down to the table and have a good look around this V-Twist and show all about it, how to refit it and prime the cord, etc. And then I'll come back up top and tell you what I really think of the V-Twist by Vaper Empire. Okay, see you down low in a bit. Right, we're down at the table. We've got the Vaper Empire V-Twist kit, and it does say Discover Distinction there. On the side we've got Vaper Empire, the same as written on the other side in nice silver ink. I have the chrome version. Here's the diagram of it, all the different parts and everything. We've got a contents list there. And we've also got a little warning there, and it's made in China. So to open the box, nice flip style box here. And we have got a nice message for you if you want to pause that and read that in your own time. We do also have a lovely user manual. It's got a nice card, and it's got a very old-fashioned look to it. So the paper, it just feels like it's like old, basically. We've got like a sepia type look to it. You can't really pick up on the camera, but we've got the exploded diagram there, how to fill, operation, everything like that. And yeah, a very nice comprehensive little manual for you. So inside the box you'll find our actual kit is presented like this. We also have our USB charging cable here. We'll have a good look at this in a minute. We do have a nice pull tab there so you can get the contents out, and it does come with a spare little tank here as well, which is a very nice touch. Right, so here is the device then. So we can see we've got Vaper Empire written on the battery part here. There's your fire button. So we've got the tank on the top, the battery on the bottom. This does unscrew from the actual device, but the length of it is just short of 20 centimeters, and we got 14 millimeters or 1.4 centimeters in diameter. Now the actual tank measures 72.5 millimeters and the device is 120 millimeters. So we'll have a quick look at the tank first. So if you notice at the top, we've got a nice bit of design. We've got three lines, and that is engraved out of the actual device. We've got a 510 fitting drip tip on the top with an O-ring that helps make the seal. Now the bore of this is about 3.5 millimeters I measured, and it's the same all the way through the tank. So we can just plug that on there. It's a good idea if you just put a few drops of e-liquid on before you first use it. Here's the glass section. Now this isn't replaceable, and you just notice there's a little bit of an imperfection in this one, so I've been using the other one mainly. We have got the CE mark in here, and there's also the don't dispose in a bin icon there too. So you notice around the bottom there's a little adjustment ring here which has got a stopper on either side, but you can have it fully open, and there's two holes, one on either side. If you adjust it, you can just have it partially open to give you a looser or tighter draw, and it is the same on both sides. Quick look in there, we've got threads there which thread onto the battery. That's the core, so we just unscrewed from the base. Quick look inside there, so we have got the same bore going all the way through like I just mentioned. Right, so the cores on this, these do remind me of the old Kanga Pro Tank 2 and EVOD style cores. Now I have actually got that tank with me here because basically this kit reminds me of the Kanga Evod, and it's basically, I had this about 3 or 4 years ago, this kit, but you just notice here I've still got some of the coils, and they do look very similar. But anyway, onto this one, we'll just zoom in a little bit more onto these coils. So it's a 1.8 ohm coil. Just notice there we've got cotton. This is the juice inlet ports where the cotton is. So it's a good idea to get your e-liquid, prime up this cotton. You can actually drop e-liquid through there, a couple of drops through there, because the coil is basically mounted horizontally in here. I haven't actually managed to take this one apart. It's a real pig to get apart, but with those old Pro Tank coils, I used to recoil them and re-wick them using an old needle, blunt needle. So it probably can be done, but this one is super hard to get apart. So you can purchase spares, and I'm sure they're not too expensive if you wish to purchase a set. Right, so you prime up your coil. Oh yes, we need to fill it up as well. So you need to fill up around the edges, not through the centre obviously. So you fill up around the edge, and you want to have it no more than about 3/4 of the way full, because when you put the coil back in, you basically don't want to go over that because it will flood out the deck and you'll get gurgling, which I have experienced. So that's basically your tank. So it is bottom fill on this one. Unfortunately, you can't fill from the top. So here's the device. You've got the old, this just is basically a vision spinner. If anyone's been vaping for a few years, you'll notice we've got the old variable voltage on the bottom here. So let's just have a quick zoom in, because I was really excited when I got this, because it just reminds me of the old spinner days. So 3.2, you got 3.6, 4 volts, and then 4.4 and 4.8 volts. So basically you can just adjust the voltage to where you get your sweet spot when you're taking a vape. There's no right or wrong, but you've just got to adjust it to what works best for the sort of e-liquid you've got in your device, and yeah, how much power you want to go to the actual core, basically. Right, so to turn it on then, it's 5 clicks within 2 seconds. And then it'll flash 3 or 4 times, flashes blue, and then you can fire up the device. Obviously you set your voltage down the bottom like I've already explained. If you wish to turn it off, it's 5 clicks again. And now that's off and it's safe to put in your handbag or your pocket. Right, so here's the battery. We have got VE written on there, which stands for Vaper Empire. So if you wish to charge the battery, you basically get your little charging cable, which is usual USB, so it'll work in a normal adapter or your computer. Screw this bit onto the threads here, nice and tight, and basically it will glow green when it's fully charged, and it shouldn't take more than about 2 or 3 hours, this one. So yeah, you got a 900 milliamp hour internal battery with this one. We got a 1.8 ohm coil, so you do get a good day or two's worth of use out of this, depending on how much you vape, obviously. So that is the Vaper Empire low down section. So let's go back up top now, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right, back up top with a V-twist. What are my thoughts then? Well, first things first with this one. When you receive your box, you do think, oh, this is rather nice. It's not like your run-of-the-mill packaging. We've got a lovely matte black finish with the silver V-twist on it. Got a nice flip-style box with a nice little message in there for you. It all just looks very nicely presented. We've got a lovely instruction manual, a nice paper on it. It just all like oozes quality. So I was very impressed. My first impressions were. Now onto the actual device. We've got the brushed finish to the battery mod, and a bit of a chrome look to the tank, and also a chrome finish to the dial where you adjust your voltage. So aesthetics for this, it just looks killer. I just think it looks really nice. and really upmarket. This one's retails for $89.99 in Australia, because it's an Australian company, and that equates to about £50. So it isn't the cheapest kit you're going to find out there, but yeah, it's not a bad price, I suppose, for what you get. You do get a spare tank with it. It would have been nice to see more than just 2 cores, though, for that money, for me personally. But yeah, so that is that. There are a couple of quality control issues, though, I should say, with this one. When I first got it, let's just see if I can see. This was the main tank, and if you just see there to the top of the tank, it looks like the glass is a little bit deformed on it. Now, this piece doesn't actually come out. It's all like one unit. So if that cracks, then you're knackered, really. But it's a good job that it does come with 2. But really, quality control should have picked up on that one. So I've been having to vape on the spare for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now, let's get on to the performance of this one then, shall we? Let's have a quick vape. I'm going to put it fully open, and we'll put the wattage. Where's the dial? Put it on about 4.2 volts. Here we go. Right, as you can see there, we've got plenty of vapour, but it's a little bit airy for my liking, and the flavour isn't particularly that great. So let's just bring it down to half open. You'll also notice we've got some turbulence going on there. It's not the smoothest vape I've ever encountered with this one, and it's still a little bit too airy for me, that one. In fact, the best sort of vape that I get with this is just having it so you can just about see the airflow slot. Having about 1/6 of it open. You can't quite see it on there, but give this a little toot now. Put it down to 4.0 volts. For me, it's still a loose mouth to lung, restrictive direct to lung. It's still not a true mouth to lung, even with it just a little bit open. If you want a proper mouth to lung with this, I suggest closing the airflow completely. And here we go. There you're getting a really restrictive vape. But what about the actual flavour and the hit that you get with this one? Right, now I've tried 20mg nic salts with this, and also 6mg freebase, which is what I usually use for my mouth to lung style tanks. So for me, both of those, the nic salts and the 6mg, just aren't giving me enough nicotine for me. I usually have 3mg in my sub-ohm kits and 6 in my mouth to lung tanks and RTAs and pods. This one, I believe, even the 20mg nic salt isn't quite enough. If you're further afield than the EU, you can get like up 50-60mg, and I would suggest using a higher strength than 20 if you can get hold of it. Freebase wise, I recommend more than 12, maybe 16, and you might get a better hit from it from that. So like I say, I don't like going above 6 if I'm using my normal freebase e-liquid, and if it's not doing it from that, then I don't think it's that great in my opinion. But to sum it up though, it's not a bad kit, but to be honest, it just feels like it's 3 or 4 years old, and back then it never used to satisfy me fully as well. It wasn't until I started getting onto more sub-ohm rebuildable side that I started getting into vaping properly, where I could think about not actually using cigarettes. This one's like a step back in time, and it's making me feel I've just been puffing this for the past half an hour, and I feel like I need to go onto one of my sub-ohm tanks like the Meson RTA or something like that in order to get the hit. So yeah, I just think there are better tanks out there, but for a first time device, it's worth having a go on, I suppose. But I just think you're going to need to put the nicotine strength up a little bit in order to get the satisfaction you may desire. But you can't fault the looks to this one. It looks really nice. I have enjoyed using it, but like I say, it's not really satisfying me, and I've been vaping for 5 or 6 years, so for someone new, I'm not sure. I'd leave it up to you on whether you went out and bought one or not. So big thanks to Vaporizer Wire on Twitter for sending this over for the purpose of this review. It is very much appreciated. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, please give it a little thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, consider subscribing and make sure you hit the little bell notification. You'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now, I'm on the usual social media. We've got Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And I've also got a website that you can check out. It's mfvape.co.uk. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching as ever, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.